We got a thing that's in the groove. Yeah, it's a soul hit that'll make you move. We got a thing that's in the groove. Well, it's a feeling you can't explain. People, it'll put you in a thing. It'll make it so you can't stand still. When you do, you get this feeling. We got a thing that's in the groove. It's a soul hit that'll make you move. Well, I know you wanna shout, oh yeah, get loose, start jumping about. These cats are good to go. No, she wants to let us know. Yes, we got a thing. Yes, we got a thing. Here we go. 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 Make a little bit of soul now. Make a little louder. There's more soul. There's more soul. I know you know everybody's talking about it's here. It's there. It's everywhere. Open so let down your pretty hair. Yes, we got a thing. Yes, we got a thing. A boogaloo, boogaloo, a Billy dog, Billy dog, a doodle jerk, a doodle monkey, Oh, I can do it. In a groove. These guys been around a long time. Many of you know who they are. Many of you have seen them work. They've been around a long time. They got their brand new CD. Their second CD is available. It just is hot off the presses. They have them here tonight for you. And make sure you pick up on that new CD. I've had the pleasure of working with these guys many, many times over a long period of time. They've been on my radio show, the Doo-Wop Diner, on several occasions. And it's always a pleasure to have them on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce them as a cappella at its finest. Would you give a nice warm round of applause? These are the Emeralds, ladies and gentlemen. The Emeralds.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Lou Costello.
I'm Lou Costello, and professionally, they refer to me as Philly's favorite DJ. I have a radio program on 92.1 WVLT. It's called the Doo-Wop Diner. My association with the Emeralds actually came by way of their bass singer, Richie Grasso. Rich and I were friends when Richie was singing with the Tokens. And when he decided to move on, he was able to become part of the Emeralds, and through our friendship evolved my association with the Emeralds. I refer to them when I introduce them as a cappella at its finest. And I truly believe that it is.
Hey, 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 na, 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 na. Hey, hey, na, 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 na.
Hey boy,
Get off of that high horse. Cuba, 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 wop, wop.
get on that right course.
Cuba, 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 ah.
This precious love that you're passing by, you will someday love another, and you'll wonder why. Hey boy,
Hey boy,
get off of that high horse.
Cuba, 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 wop, wop.
We're like brothers. It's like we all like each other, and we try to help each other out in any way we can. And that means a lot when you sing, because everything comes from your heart when you're singing. There's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. There's no music. It's everything coming from your heart.
He was the only guy, without a word of lie, that would be able to go from group to group as we would walk around and be able to sing any song, whether he knew it or not, be able to do any part in the back to any other groups. Only one, yeah. Very good ear, very good ear. Until today, as far as I'm concerned, because I listened to a lot of groups, He's got one of the purest tenors. It's a pure tenor note. It's not a falsetto, it's not a false note. It's a pure tenor. That's why our harmony sounds so good. Because that's a pure note. But we got hand-picked talented people in our group too. If you if you look through it, it's like Scott. It's like here's a guy who walked up to us and says, "Hey, I want to sing." This guy didn't know from nothing. He never looked at one another because just 2 weeks before that we said if we start the group, we don't want to teach nobody. We want guys that know what they're doing. And here will come along Scott, and I'll tell you what, God bless him. And this is why if you ever hear Buddy White talk, because he actually forced me to sing because I was playing ball for Newman at the time. And he kept on saying, let's start a group, let's start a group. I said, Jay, I don't want to sing. I'm playing ball. I don't want to sing. And he kept on forcing me in school. Until one day we went in the garage and we sang Stormy Weather with this guy Sammy. And I liked that. But he comes over the house, my house, with the older guys from 16th and Jackson. We go down the basement, they do a couple songs, but they did, I'll never forget, they did Remember Then. Okay? And there was just something about the way they did that song that clicked the right way with me. That was a Friday. So that Monday or Tuesday, I said to him in school, I said, you want to start a group? He said, yeah, come on, let's start a group. I said, all right, we'll start a group. There was just something about that song and from there, then we started.
It really put our group on hold because we didn't have all the right people. Just didn't have our people there to do, be part of that 50s, 60s culture, Philadelphia culture of street corner harmony, and it sort of put everything on hold until we all got out of the service. But what had happened was that not only did the music change, I mean, we've all changed, and I changed. I know, when I came back from the service, I was a different person, being in combat, and just, a lot of things changed for me, and I really lost interest in singing after that. There's a lot of issues with the Vietnam War and how Vietnam veterans were treated, and I just really, for a long time I didn't sing. I didn't feel like singing. I didn't have it in my heart. I lost singing in my heart. I got ambushed in my platoon. I walked point for 6 months, and pretty much everybody was pretty safe. I never lost anybody during the time I walked point. And a week after that, I had to train somebody, and after 6 months, you train somebody, and they switch over, and within a week or two after that happened, we went in to rescue some special forces out of helicopters, and wasn't within 5 minutes. The point men were killed. We were in the middle of being ambushed. We had a one platoon, and we were dropped off outside an NVA base camp, a battalion-sized base camp, and there was shots, rockets being fired from everywhere, and I got shot through the ear and through the side of the head. I was behind the lieutenant. I would walk with him. This so happened around 1995. Joe Papora came knocking on my mom's door in South Philly, looking for me because we sort of split up. He moved to Brigantine, New Jersey, and we lost touch. And everybody goes on with their life. And came knocking on my mom's door, and he said it was like deja vu, just like yesterday.
He was always depressed looking. I didn't like the way he looked. But I think getting back into singing gave him a new lease on life, I think. Made him feel better, especially seeing his old friends, Right. When people get together and they blend their voices. Like one sings higher, one sings lower. I always called it harmonizing. He laughs when I say harmonizing.
Really?
Yeah, and when you were with Tony Orlando, he laughed too. When we went to see Tony Orlando, they sang on the stage with him. And when we went backstage, I said, boy, they harmonize good. He started laughing. He said, my mother says the same thing.
If I got on my knees and I pleaded with you not to go but to stay in my heart, would you walk out the door like you did once before? This time be different in some way.
no. You can breathe. But I didn't take three
Well, the Emeralds have been working in my restaurant for a couple of years now. They were the first a cappella group that I had working in a 40-seat fine dining restaurant atmosphere, and it has worked so well for us down here. There are a lot of people that love the music of the 1950s and 60s, and they're very, very reminiscent of the street corner singing that my partner and I, the Dovells, started out on the street corner. That's how we started in the boys' bathroom at Overbrook High School. That's how it all starts, and I'm sure that the Emeralds started out that way also. So they've done very, very well by me, and people here at Isabel's love the Emeralds. I like them a lot. Right now I'd like to introduce you to some of my best friends out of Philadelphia, ladies and gentlemen. These are the Emeralds right here. All right.
See if you remember this song. It's about a girl, and Joel will tell you her name in just a second.
Gloria, Gloria. It's not
I'm the pup from the group. Yeah, I'm the youngster. I'm the young guy. Yeah.
How did you meet up with these guys?
That was it. The phone call. The phone call from a friend of mine from I've known Tony for 35, 40 years, and he said to me, he said, "I'm singing. Come and listen to us." So I was supposed to go there and, just listen. Ended up singing. They ended up saying they wanted me for the group. 2 months later, we were all out buying tuxedos. Where are you going to go? You never bought tuxedos on the corner, you know what I mean? But we bought tuxedos, and it's been that way ever since. It's not 5 friends, it's a family. The Emeralds are family. The Emeralds and their significant others are family. We care about one another. Nobody wants to see anything but good for everybody.
By trade, I'm a carpet installer. I've been doing it 39 years. And my knees are shot, yeah, but I still have to do it, still have to get out there and make a living. But this I really enjoy, this is a break from all the aggravation, and it's like an escape. We're just 5 average guys, that want to sound good. And I think we do.
Jukebox Dreams was good in maybe from Boston to New York to Philly to Baltimore, maybe DC, maybe just about there, and maybe out to Chicago, questionable, Detroit, Chicago. But anything further west, this guy knew, and this guy hit it right on the head. He knew it just wasn't the kind of thing that people could relate to out there where you wake up in the morning because the fucking rooster made a lot of noise. You wake up in the morning now, you can leave that in. No, but I'm saying, you wake up in the morning here, you wake up to a siren. You understand it? I mean, yeah, right. I mean, you wake up, you wake up to noise out here. You don't wake up to animal sounds, and
I'm gonna do that.
And that's
Yeah.
basically
Love
what this guy said. He said, I knew it would play here. He said, but out in Branson, he says you couldn't load the room. He says because they're just like, come go with me.
It brings such joy, and the music is so good, so pure, and probably most importantly, I guess, for all of us, it brings back those great memories that even though you can't go back and relive, you'll always have them. When that music plays, it is like going back in time. It's like being back again, riding in the convertible, chasing the girls, swimming, whatever the case may be. That music is the only kind of music that I know of that will do that to somebody.
I think I got a job for you. I go, yeah. He goes, remember the Tokens, The Lion Sleeps Tonight? I go, yeah. He goes, they need a lead singer. I go, oh, Jesus. Now, of course, I smoked in those days. I go, what do I have to do? He goes, you have to go to New York and audition. I go, okay. So one of the guys from the Tokens comes down and I meet him at the hotel and he hands me this tape and it's got like 50 songs on it, He goes, learn these songs, within a week. And I go, okay. Basically, we had, 3 hits. Tonight I Fell in Love, The Lion Sleeps Tonight, and Portrait of My Love. Tony Orlando wants you down there tomorrow at 1 o'clock. He says, I can't come back unless I bring you. So now it's 1 o'clock. I can't call him back. So I go, okay, tomorrow I'll call him. So I call him around 10 o'clock. And he goes, yeah, man. He says, none of those guys can move. They can't. He says, some of them can't even sing. He says, I don't know. This guy that contracted these people, I don't know. There's like one group called the Emeralds, and that's about it. Those are the only guys that could sing. He says, Tony says, you got to come down. He says, you got to come down. You got to be there 1 o'clock. He says, don't even come back without him, he told me. So I said, wow. So I'm like, wait, this is great. So of course I get dressed up and he picks me up and we run down to Harris in Atlantic City. And I walk through the door and as soon as I walk through, he comes up and gives me this big hug. And, Richie, I'm so glad you made it, man. I can't believe you're here. Oh, this is great, And if you ever meet him, he's just one of those people that it's like you can't say no to, even if you wanted to.
Singing?
I love your singing, Levi. I love this song.
What is it? Singing?
I know it.
There's a light up on the window and it shines down on the street. There's some guy standing under the light singing that love harmony. Now that light that's from the window just made for a street corner symphony. They just sing, they don't dance. That music means so much to me. Singing that soul to soul, soul to soul, brother to brother, brother to brother. Turn off the lights and say goodbye to another night. Well, I'm gonna rest my weary head. I'm gonna rest my weary head. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna get on my knees. I'm gonna get on my knees. Just one more day. One more day. Lord, hear my plea. That music means so much to me. Go ahead. Singing that soul to soul, soul to soul, brother to brother, brother to brother. Acapella, acapella. Well, it sounds good to me.
Yes. Yeah. I love that tune.
Do me the 150s tune that I love doing every time I see you guys on the street corner. Come on, one more time for the guys. Come on. Dum 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 da doo dum 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 dum. Come on, let me hear it. Dum 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 da doo dum. Go ahead. Wah 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 wah. Dum 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 dee doo dum 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 dee doo dum 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 dee doo dum. Wah 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 wah. Darling, come and go with me down on with me, way beyond the sea. And I love you, darling, so come go with me. Down, 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 love you, darling, girl, with all my heart you're telling me, darling, we will never part, and I need you, darling, so come go with me. Wow, 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 wow. Yes, I need you. Yes, I really need you. When you say you'll never leave me, tell me you never, you know you really never. You never give me a chance. Oh, well, come, coming down, coming down, mommy, down, darling. Girl, with all you told me, I need you, darling. So come go with me. Wow, 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 wow. Yes, I need you. Yes, I really need you. When you say you'll never leave me, tell me you never, no, you really never. You never give me a chance. Oh, well, come, coming down, mommy, down, darling. Girl, with all your charms, I need you, darling. So come go with me. Come on, darling. Girl, with all your heart, you tell me, darling. We will never part, and I need you, darling. So come go with me. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah! Thank you. The Emeralds, everybody. How about a hand to the locals in town?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, boys. Thank you so much. Thank you. Richie and guys. Thank you, Joey, everybody. Thank you so much.
Tick, tick, tock, well, somebody make it stop. Well, now, tick, tick, tock, there goes that noisy clock. Well, I long to see my baby, but all I ever hear is tick, tick, tock, tick, another clock. I said, ring, ring, ring. There goes that alarm again. Well, now, ring, 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 ring. But this thing is driving me insane. Well, I long to see my baby, but all I ever hear is tick, tick, tock, ticking out the clock in your bow. Somebody calling my name. Somebody playing a game. You're the one on the phone. Well, if it's not my baby, then I'm not at home. I just sit here, I listen to the ticking of the clock. Well, that's 24 hours away from me. You know, I'm long for my baby away, can't you be? is at the front door. No, it can only be the clock. I said ring, 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 but it goes that alarm again. Well now, ring, 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 but it's thing drive me insane. Well, I long to see my baby, but all I ever hear is tick, tick, tock, ticking on the clock. Somebody calling my name, somebody playing a game. Well, if it's not my baby, then I'm not at home. I just sit here, I listen to the ticking of the clock. Well, that's 24 hours away from me. Well, I love for my baby, oh, where can't you be? Is at the front door? No, it could only be the clock. Ticking on the clock.